Merry Christmas, friends, and welcome to This Day in Jack Benny. I'm John Henderson. This is not a regular episode of Jack Benny, but an episode of the program Command Performance from December 25th, 1948, in which Jack Benny is one of the guest stars. His segment was a repeat performance of a skit from his own program in October. Other guest stars included British actor Herbert Marshall, comedians Bob Hope, Jimmy Durante, and Edgar Bergen, and singers Andy Russell, Dinah Shore, and Bing Crosby.
We'd like to do a carol which is typical of the season, Silent Night. Silent night, holy night.
In addition to being one of the biggest crooners for decades, Bing Crosby had 4 sons, Dennis, Gary, Lindsay, and Philip. And in his spare time, he owned racehorses. In this episode, they mention Hollywood columnist Luella Parsons.
Hello to all of you from New York. Well, here I am in the big town, but with movie news from both Hollywood and New York. My first exclusive.
Movie stars Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and Bette Davis. They also mention a couple of movies, The Thin Man.
Oh, sugar? Winners are what I pick, nothing else, Dan.
And Sorry, Wrong Number.
My husband's office. He should have been home hours ago. I can't think what's keeping him or why that ridiculous wire should be busy. They always close that office at 6 o'clock.
Ringing Murray Hill 35097.
Thank you.
In the movie version that was Barbara Stanwyck, the original radio program starred Agnes Moorehead.
Operator, you simply have to retrace that call at once.
And finally, they mentioned the band leader and trumpet player, Harry James. This is a great Christmas episode, and I've actually cut it down to about the length of a regular Jack Benny episode. If you're a patron, you can hear the full-length, unedited version featuring impressive piano and harp music and a Christmas-themed drama called The Fourth Wise Man. So Merry Christmas and enjoy the show.
Command Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the men and women in the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till you're home from the hospitals and back from over there. Hello, gang. This is Hi Everback, bringing on a super-duper Christmas Command Performance. A gigantic jamboree with Christmas choral effects by the Richard Davis Choir. Yes, sir, we've trimmed the tree with tinsel and snow, with lots of prize packages sparkling below. We read all your letters, hoping to see what sort of presents would fill you with glee. Your letters kept asking in a manner and music for a wonderful guy whose department is music. So, quick as a flash, we got up off our bustle and got you a present named Andy Russell.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, gang.
Well, it's swell having you here, Andy. Gosh, what a widespread Christmas party this is going to be.
That's right, Hi. This year, some of our troops are celebrating Christmas in tropic heat or freezing cold.
Yeah, and other guys are celebrating it beneath a burning sun or in bone-chilling fog.
And a lot of other servicemen are stationed outside of California.
For this Christmas, we couldn't very well bring you any snow. We couldn't bring you a hunk of the North Pole or Santa Claus's igloo. But we are bringing you a man who has an icicle for a nose. And here he is, my boss, Bob Hope.
How do you do? Christmas in Hollywood, and of course everybody's been out Christmas shopping. Shopping, that's civilian. For you grab for the nylons, I'll make for the shirts, and I'll be at the Mayo Clinic for you. I went out to do a little shopping myself, and you should have seen the mobs of people. The streets were so crowded, my suspenders broke, and I walked 6 blocks before my pants fell down. Inside the stores, it was even worse. Boy, was it crowded. I never saw so many shopping bags, and there were some pretty girls, too. I went up... I tried to hide it from you. I went up to the second floor on an escalator. You know what an escalator is. That's where you keep right on going up without doing anything yourself. But you should have seen that second floor. The whole crowd moved in the same direction. Whether you liked it or not, you bought a silk nightgown. And on me, it looked good. There was such a mob, I climbed up on a counter to get some air. Before I could climb down, I was sold for $1.98. There was quite a fight going on one counter. They just one pair of beautiful silk underwear shorts for sale, and a general had hold of one end with both hands, and the civilian was pulling on the other. Just then a private walked in and saluted. He should be out of the guardhouse by 1954. I'd like you to meet a grand old trooper. This generation loves him as dearly as the last two did. That lovable old singer of songs, Bing Crosby, right? Listen, Bing, in case you haven't heard, I'm having a big Christmas party tonight.
Free? What kind of a shindig is it going to be?
You haven't got any more of that Gonzaga.
What kind of a shindig?
This kid's going to come up with many a lull here tonight. Where are you? What'd you say, Daddy?
What kind of a shindig?
Well, it's, wait till I see the shins. But I tell you, I was thinking of making it sort of a costume party.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you're ready. What do you...
Why don't you go any further?
Tell me, what do you think that I should come as?
Why don't you come as a man with hair?
Oh,
But I'm only kidding, Bing. I think you have a capital dome. Matter of fact, I noticed a little growth of fuzz there this afternoon.
Is that nice? It's that new octane. Smooth, very smooth stuff.
Goes down easy, huh? Well, Bingo, do you think you can get to my party?
I don't know, Bob. I've got to fix up our own tree for my boys. You're familiar with the Crosby tots, no doubt.
Crosby tots?
Mm-hmm.
When is Gary's kids getting out of the service?
You want me to talk about...
Thought you'd never make it, old boy. I'd check about that. That's a late reaction, all right. You get them later, enjoy them longer. Hey, let's go here.
You want to talk about age? You want me to... Talking about age, you want me to mention your USO unit at Valley Forge? That kind of... I wait so long to get something in. It's a big...
Well, you got another line. Just
But you say this is going to be a masquerade party, huh?
Come again?
What are you coming as, really?
I'm coming as the Thin Man.
The Thin Man? Mm-hmm. Everybody will think you've got Aston under your vest there. I'm just in a dither. I don't know how I should appear.
Well, why don't you make up as one of your own horses? Then you wouldn't even have to show. You could just come as a pot of glue or something.
Oh, that's it.
Merry Christmas, Bing.
Well, Dinah, sure. Are you going to Bob's party?
Yes, Bing, I am. As a matter of fact, Bob suggested we have a progressive party. You know, at my house we have the hors d'oeuvres, turkey, cranberry sauce, dressing, vegetables, dessert, coffee, and brandy. And then we all go over to Bob's house.
What's for, to burp?
Dinah, you know very well we're going to do all the eating at my house. All you promised to do was help prepare the stuff. Did you get those hot dogs I sent over? Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I've got to type up a big list of presents, I expect. So I'll see you at the party, Dinah. And how about you, Bing? You in?
Oh, I don't know, Bob. I did have a previous engagement.
Oh, you don't have to keep it this year. They can get another baritone in that Salvation Army quartet.
Oh, but the pennies sound so nice. Turkey first.
Thanks a lot. And now, Ken Carpenter, tell me, how can we add a touch of dignity to our Christmas clam bake?
We look at our file under dignified, and there we find cultured, refined, suave, Herbert Marshall.
Thank you, Ken, my boy. It was nice of you to ask me over, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. I'm invited to Bob Hope's party again this year. Ken, who is going to be at the party this year?
Oh, people of great importance. Betty Davis, Luella Parsons, Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, a lot of people.
How do you like that? He left that umbriago.
Jimmy Day! Jimmy, I'd like to have you meet Herbert Marshall.
Glad to know you, Mr. Marshall.
It's a pleasure. The happenstance of this fortuitous meeting shall be added to my collection of appreciative enjoyment.
Sometimes I wish I could speak a foreign language. Look at a guy going out there, the guy with the horn. Get rid of that Harry James. You know, sometimes I wish I could speak a foreign language. Where's the page here? Oh, yeah, I got it.
That Bob Hope prayed for this. By the way, what nationality are you?
I come from England.
Oh, to be sure. That's in London, isn't it?
Yes, just on the outskirts.
It was lucky I met you tonight, Herbert. You don't mind if I call you by your maiden name?
No, please do. Please do.
You know, Bob Hope is going to give a big party tonight. What
Yes.
a plug that guy is getting. Let me say it again, will you mind? You know, Bob Hope is going to give a big party tonight.
Yes, I understand it's going to be quite a soiree.
That's all right. I'll leave before the cops come. By the way, Mr. Marshall, you being British and coming from a long line of Brits makes you just the man I'm looking for. I may have a job for you.
A job?
Yes, I need a valet.
You mean,
Yes, I want you to be my gentleman's gentleman.
No, it won't work. We're short one gentleman.
Well, you can study nights. I got a million of them.
Jimmy, now, would you say that you occupy a social position sufficient to warrant having a manservant?
Indubitably. Last year, I officially opened the tea season by throwing out the first bag. I often what happened to her since.
I had no idea you were such a pet of society.
Oh, yes. It's a well-known fact that Durante is practically stinking with charm.
Yeah, you'll pardon my skepticism, but a true gentleman must have a background of generations of culture.
It may interest you to know I have an Anglo-Saxon genealogy. They thought I couldn't pronounce it, the bums.
And Anglo-Saxon, well, are you sure?
How can I be sure? I don't even know what it means.
You know, Jimmy, seriously, things won't get dull if you sing a song. Why don't you rehearse one right now?
Noble idea, Mr. Marshall. When it comes to that, I'm a vulture for culture. I have a season pass at the Metropolitan Opera House. Let me tell you about it. I'm Durante, the patron of the arts, an opera critic and a man of parts. Last week I went to the opera. I loved it. All but one scene. That's where the 350-pound soprano sings to the baritone. She sings, "Take me in your arms and hold me close." Why, to hold her close, the bum would have to be curved like a banana. Facing the committee, I said there's only one way to save the opera. Get yourself new lyrics that are very cheap, like "You can have him, I don't want him. He's too fat for me." They all gave thanks from the bottom of their hearts to Durante, the patron of the arts. A Kamasura, Durante, the patron of the arts.
Now for more culture. Many of you have heard the thrilling radio and motion picture drama, Sorry, Wrong Number. In the radio version, Miss Agnes Moorehead gave a stirring, vivid portrayal of the neurotic woman who hears a murder being plotted over cross telephone wires and finally learns that the intended victim of the murder is herself. In the cinema version, Miss Barbara Stanwyck's characterization is said to be truly an incomparable study in horror. This Christmas, we wanted to bring you this great drama, Sorry, Wrong Number, but Miss Moorehead and Miss Stanwyck, unfortunately, were unable to be with us. So we bring you instead another personality with the same dynamic appeal, Mr. Jack Benny.
We now take you to Mr. Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where we find Jack sitting anxiously by the telephone waiting, nerves shattered, another victim of suspense.
Busy. You can't be busy all this time. Operator. Quiet, Polly. Operator.
I'm sorry, that line is busy.
Listen, operator, I've been trying to get that number for the last 20 minutes. It's a big advertising agency. They have a switchboard.
I'm sorry, the line is busy.
It can't be busy. I've been ringing that number since 25 after 11. Do you know what time it is now?
For the correct time, dial Ulrich 8900.
Operator, I know what time it is. It's 11:45. Polly, quiet. Listen, operator. I'm a subscriber. I pay my bills every month, and since I've been on this phone, I've had nothing but trouble.
Trouble? 1 moment, please. I will connect you.
Repair department. That's not my trouble. What do I have to do to get Hillside 7593? Just call the operator. Oh, my goodness. Why can't I? Operator. Operator.
Number, please.
Look, operator. I want Hillside 7593.
You may dial that number direct.
I did dial the number. I keep getting a busy signal. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Look, operator, I'm Jack Benny. I have a radio program. My option comes up at 12 o'clock tonight. If I don't hear from my sponsor, Mr. Jones, in 15 minutes, I'll be out of a job. He's the advertising manager. I'm trying to get him on the phone, and I can't get the number.
I will connect you with information.
Operator, don't you understand? I don't want information.
This is information.
Look, I don't want it. I want Sevenside Hill 593. I mean Hillside 7593.
You may dial that number direct.
Look, I've tried it direct, indirect, and spelled backwards. Now, what do I have to do to get Hillside 7593?
You may dial that number direct.
Oh, nuts. I don't know what to do. This is driving me mad. It keeps getting later.
Quarter to 12.
Polly, quiet. Besides, it's 10 minutes to 12 now. Your watch is slow. Well, I'll try and... Whoop! There it is. It's my sponsor. He's calling me. Hello?
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
It's 50 words or less, isn't it?
The contest is over. Fine time to ask about my contest. If my sponsor doesn't call me pretty soon, I'll go nuts. I still have 8 minutes. I got to reach Mr. Jones by 12 o'clock. Polly, quiet. Here's a cracker. And eat it slowly. It might be your last. Well, I'll try that number again. It can't be still busy. I know it can't. I'm sure there must be something wrong with the...
Hello?
Hello,
is that you, Mr. Jones?
Mrs. Jones, that's my sponsor. Mrs. Jones, this is me, Jack Benny.
Hello, George?
They can't hear me. The wires must be crossed.
Yes, George. I've thought the matter over thoroughly, and I've decided to let him go.
I see. Well, it's going to be quite a shock to him. He's been with us a long time.
Well, George, he's had it coming. His work has fallen off so badly it isn't funny anymore.
Yipe! Talking about me. Mr. Jones, operator.
Well, Mr. Jones, don't you think you ought to warn him and give him another chance? It might be difficult to replace him.
That's right. Tell him, George. Tell him. Nice boy, George. Nice boy. Tell him.
No, George. I've made up my mind. I think we should look for a younger man.
Younger? Why, I'm only 37. 37?
37 and 37, that's 75.
And 74, you dope. Can't you count?
So you don't think warning him would do any good, eh, Mr. Jones?
No, he's had his chance.
Mr. Jones, please. George had a swell idea. Warn me. Give me another chance. I might be difficult to replace.
All right, Mr. Jones. I'll let him...
I've been cut off. Operator.
Number, please.
Operator, I want Hillside 7953. Will you please get it for me?
You may dial that number direct.
But I've been dialing all morning. My fingers are so swollen they don't fit into the hole.
One moment, please. I will try that number for you.
Thank you. Only 5 minutes to go. I can only talk to Mr. Jones. If I could just plead with him, beg him like I did last year. Maybe I could talk him into giving me another...
Sorry, that line is busy.
Busy. What am I going to do? I got to think fast.
Busy.
Holly, shut up! This is serious. You may have to go to work. 4 minutes to 12. Wait a minute, I know. I'll call my agent. That's it, my agent. Why am I paying him 9%? I'll try and get him. That might be Mr. Jones. Hello?
Hello, is that you, Edna?
Edna?
This is Johnny McGuire. I just got back from the South Pacific. I haven't seen a woman in 3 years. You're the first one I called.
Look, you must have the wrong number.
Oh, don't give me that, Edna. I recognize your voice right away.
Look, but
Now, what do you say, Edna? Let's you and me step out tonight. I'll buy you a nice big dinner.
Look, I'm telling you, you have the wrong... Dinner? No, what am I thinking of? He'd only want to... I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. I wish I was that number. At least then I'd know where... Oh, my goodness, only 3 minutes to 12. No time to call my agent now. I gotta get Mr. Jones. Maybe he hasn't signed anybody else yet.
I'll tell him I'll do anything he asks me. Anything. I'll let him cut my salary. This year I'll suggest it myself. The line's clear. It's not busy. I still have time.
This is Hillside 7593.
Get me Mr. Jones, quick. This is Jack Bentley.
Mr. Jones is busy on another line. Would you call back?
No, I'll hold on. Oh, hurry, Mr. Jones, hurry. You haven't got much time. I haven't got much time. Hello?
Hello.
Is that you, Mr. Jones? Oh, it's you, Polly. Shut your big mouth.
Hello? What's that?
Mr. Jones, I wasn't talking to you, Mr. Jones. It wasn't your big mouth. It was my parrot. This is Jack Benny.
Oh, well, Jack, I'm glad you called. I wanted to tell
Mr. Jones, please, before you say anything, listen to me. You gotta listen to me. I know I've been on the air a long time, but I'm not through yet. Honest, I'm not. There's still a few good years left in me, and I want you to have them.
But, Jack...
LASMFT!
But, Jack...
I know I make mistakes, Mr. Jones. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody but you, Mr. Jones. You always do the right thing. You're wise, smart, intelligent, kind. That's it, kind. You're too kind to cast me aside like an old shoe. Give me another chance. Please, Mr. Jones. Don't drop my option.
Why, Jack, what are you crying about? We've no intention of letting you go.
Honest, Mr. Jones, if you only give me... What? You mean you're going to pick up my option?
Why, certainly. I've been trying to call you all morning. Your phone's been busy.
My phone? Busy? Oh.
Tell me, Jack, whatever gave you the idea we wouldn't take up your option?
Well, Mr. Jones, I called you a few minutes ago, and the wires got crossed. I heard you talking to a man named George.
George? Oh, yes, he's my office manager.
Well, I overheard you telling him to let somebody go. You wanted a younger man.
Oh, I remember, certainly. I discharged him this morning. It was the janitor.
The janitor?
Yes.
Oh, the janitor. Well, the joke's certainly on me. Well, Mr. Jones, if the man wasn't doing his work, what else could you do? It's not your fault if the man isn't capable. There's no place for sentiment in business, Mr. Jones. That's what I like about you, Mr. Jones. You don't let your heart rule your head. That janitor got what was coming to him. I don't believe in a man whining and trying to hang on to a job when he's not wanted. I agree with you. If a man fails to deliver, let him go. Get rid of him, I say. Fire him.
And now for an added Christmas note or two, here's Bob Mitchell and the Boys Choir.
'Tis the night before Christmas and all through the house not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. Better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Have you been good as you could, as boys and girls all should? Who didn't mind and who has been kind, as any good youngster would? Oh.
Better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
He knows if you've been bad or good.
So be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. Better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
I say. Look, there's an old friend of ours. He's an Armed Forces Radio institution.
Private Sad Sack.
Why, of course. Merry Christmas, Sack.
Happy New Year.
How was that, Sack? What did you say?
Huh? I said a Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's fine, Sack. Say, what brings you here?
Oh, I came to render the season's degree. I came to lecture on sociology. I saw the Dane.
Oh, Sack. Sack, is that all you enjoy in life, chasing women? Isn't there anything you enjoy more than chasing women?
Well, sure, I like both. I like literature, physics and astronomy. I like catching them.
Well said, Sack.
Why do you have such a low IQ?
Oh, I can't help it. My suspenders are loose.
Oh, that was great. Really great. Thanks a million, Mel Blanc.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, no Christmas party can be complete without a good old-fashioned Christmas story. And I think we'll find one if we tear open the wrappings on this glittering package here. And look in on Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Well, hi, Bergen.
Well, here we are again, Charlie.
Yes, so what?
I must say that I'm a little shocked at your attitude.
Why?
Why, at this season of the year, everybody's happy.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's on their best behavior because it's close to Christmas.
Yeah, sure. I was on my best behavior last year. What did I get? Nothing.
Well, if I remember correctly, Charlie, Santa Claus put something in your stocking last year.
Well, he didn't stretch them out of shape, I'll say that. You didn't need a reindeer to deliver them. A swallow could have dropped it off on the way to Capistrano.
Well, I investigated that, Charlie, and I found out.
Yeah?
Santa Claus was afraid to come down our narrow chimney.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Claustrophobia?
Yes. You've heard of Santa claustrophobia, haven't you?
What are you griping about? I gotta live with him. Bergen, you laid it, you lie in it, all right. Isn't it enough that I hate you? Do I have to be ashamed of you beside? All right.
Well, I have a sneaky suspicion that you're going to get some pretty nice presents this year.
What is it?
Well, it's a beautifully illustrated copy of the famous poem, The Night Before Christmas.
Is that a present? Is that what I get?
That's what you get.
Bergen, this is Christmas, not April Fool. All right.
Yes, we're having fun.
Believe it or not, much of our mail asks for genuinely fine music. Well, for a super special treat, we raided the Metropolitan and got away with a man who's considered the very best. We're honored indeed to present Lawrence Melchior.
so love one another. His law is God, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is a brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of sighing, grateful souls praise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord.
Oh, thank you, Lorette. You're magnificent. And now, gang, Lorette Melchior adds a special luster to this Christmas command with the loveliest carol of them all.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. From yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Now, this is Christmas, and these hymns all of us like to sing. So I think we should all join and sing that. Would you join us all and sing that hymn? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. From wedding mother and child, holy infant, tender and mild, sleep in heavenly
This program was arranged with the aid of the Hollywood Coordinating Committee. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.